Hello everyone, this is CJ992 and today we're back for another brand new video. And right away, dinna rub at the old eyelids, dinna nip yourself to wake yourselves up. You are not dreaming, and you certainly shouldn't leave today's video thinking it's some kind of CGI madness. Yes, I'm sitting in front of you without the old cap on the grey noggin, and yes, I'm sitting here without the regular scheduled graphics, stuff firing up there, stats and statistics, etc. we normally have right here on the channel, which I do apologise for, by the way. But as we mentioned in our last video, we were going up to Aberdeen to play in the Cash for Kids charity match, which raised over £8,000. By the way, that's absolute incredible. Thank you to everyone who donated or bought a ticket or turned up. I believe it was the biggest ever attendance Cove Rangers has ever had at their stadium, over 2,000 people there on the day. Absolutely incredible. Thank you to everyone for being involved in that. But as we are travelling back down now, we're at the Mrs. Family's house right now, we don't have our stuff, and you know what I mean, this news dropped early in the morning, and if I'm honest with you, I just want to talk about some good news sometimes and some exciting things, as it's been a couple hard months with some bad results and bad this and bad that, and I've had to just sort of bring you bad news constantly. So truly, I just wanted to sit in front of you and bring you a bit of exciting, some good news, and just see how your thoughts and opinions are regarding the latest signing or re-signing of an actual player in terms, Oscar Cortes. So again, apologies about the video quality or the sound quality, or if anything happens, if cars fly by or that, do apologise about that. I just wanted to get this video out and talk to you regarding our latest signing, Mr. Oscar Cortes, who is back again. Tell her Fred. No, I'm not gonna sing it. Anyway, carrying on with the actual video, we're here to talk about the signing. We're here to talk about the player himself, what he could bring, what he is, what he isn't, and what this leaves for the rest of the transfer window. As funds and everything are obviously going to be a major talking point, as I've seen some people be critical of the loan deal, while some people have praised it. Some people are disappointed that if we really wanted them, why did we not just sign him this summer? And the whole obligation to buy, option to buy, Malik Tillman situation. There's a lot of stuff going around, and I think it's because some people make up stuff and then it just spins out. So we're going to try to address everything, make it as clean as possible, and discuss everything you need to know regarding our latest signing. And can I just say, it's quite refreshing to actually sit here and look you in the eyes regarding the phone and it not be about Michael Beale's load management or the crazy pre-season. Looking back, it was quite clear and obvious last season was going to be a disaster. And aye, let's talk about some nice things then, shall we? Oscar Cortes has joined or rejoined the football club for a season-long loan with an obligation to buy at the end of next season. Now, the official fee hasn't been disclosed, it never is for Rangers, but if you're taking what you've heard from like the French media and everything like that, it's meant to be around €4 million in terms of bringing him in full time, and that there right away makes sense. Getting a guy in who played just 7 games for us last season, giving him an entire season long loan, and then picking up at the end of that certainly makes sense. Because I'll put it to you this way, right? If we had spent €4 million, or apparently €4 million, on a player who's played just 7 games for us last season, how would you be feeling right now? You can let me know in the comment section below. Would you not be like, I wish we spent that money on this, we need a centre back, we need this, we need somebody that can win a header, we need this? Because that's the way I think it would go. So I dare to say, ladies and gentlemen, it's actually quite smart, savvy business sense for Rangers to bring in a talent like Oscar Cortes, lock him into another season-long loan, give him that time, and if he balls out and if he looks half as impressive as he did through the 7 games, through 60 games next season, we will be absolutely laughing as we chuck €4 million apparently to the French club Lens. So I think it's actually pretty smart, and it just shows you big Dujon Sterling's barely been in the job as CEO for 2 days, but what a start to the Sterling CEO era. Oscar, come on down. We badly need you. And just really quickly to address the option to buy the Malik Tillman. I've seen a couple of people saying, aye, but you're saying all this, CJ, or everyone's saying, oh, he could be great for us and everything like that, but what happens if the club just pulls the plug like they did Malik Tillman? And to address that as pretty bluntly and as obviously as possible, it is completely different deal. Malik Tillman was an option to buy, and obviously Oscar Cortes is an obligation to buy. It's truly that simple. He is a Rangers player. The man's already signed a contract with Rangers Football Club for the end in next season. He's penned the paper, ladies and gentlemen, to a 4-year deal. The laddie wants to be here. The laddie will be a Rangers team. Again, we've just moved it and rescheduled it, and maybe maybe it is the whole money argument. Maybe we have kept some money this window to prioritise and spend where we need to spend, because people will say, aye, they're kicking the can down the road. Maybe it is something like that, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe it is, not in terms of the skin aspect, but maybe kicking the can down the road in terms of that aspect, because we just spent some money on Diamande. We're clearly going to be spending money on some defenders. We're clearly wanting to address that left side centre back spot. So to have a position and to negotiate with a club to say, right, we'll pay your player, but we'll give you next season. Again, I'm not seeing many downsides to this besides the boring mockingness. Ladies and gentlemen, it's football. It's about being business savvy, and for too long we were so stupidly naive with signings. Now we're actually starting to do what other clubs do. We're then getting mocked for it. Seems odd to me. I think this is brilliant for Rangers, and I think it's going to be a massive, massive success. But that's obviously determined to the actual player as well. So let's go ahead and talk about what he done in a Rangers shirt to deserve this type of expenditure and given another crack at it. Well, his tail of the tape is a bit short, ladies and gentlemen, with just 7 games and 1 goal. And right away you'll sit and say, I think I'm going to need to sneeze again soon, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm still pretty ill. But go away, sneeze! We're talking about Rangers things. He has only got 1 goal in 7 games. And people will say, oh, there's your world beater. There's your game changer. 1 goal in 7. Oh, he's amazing. But that's just disingenuous nonsense. He's a 20-year-old lad. And if you actually watch games of football, no read Twitter, no read what your pal tells you or what your echo chamber tells you. If you actually watch games, you will know that laddie was different for Rangers, and he offered something that we've not seen for a lot of. And we had Fabio Silva playing in the position Oscar Cortes does. More experience, clearly, because he is a little bit older, spent a lot of money, played for the likes of PSV, Wolves, Premier League experience, a lot of this, a lot of that. We had Fabio Silva play where Oscar Cortes play. And I'd argue you couldn't pick any performance of Fabio Silva unless it's against Morton or something like that and compare it to what Oscar Cortes was able to do pretty much for all 7 games. And that's the threat, the directness, the aggressiveness in terms of his play style. And I do find it's very, is it ironic or very telling that his games, or the games that he played, the 7 he played, was during Rangers' best spell of the season. Now, I'm not sitting here saying he's the reason we were this good, and I'm not putting all our hopes on the young laddie, but it is there, troops. If you look at it, he was a major part of why we were scoring so many goals. We absolutely slapped Hearts to pieces, 5-0, and then went to Rugby Park and won a place we struggled to win constantly. Ladies and gentlemen, a horrific record there. It's the 2nd worst stadium for us to go to in terms of top flight football. Go ahead and guess. The first, well, there's only one actual result separating Rugby Park from Parkhead. It's a difficult place, but we lost Oscar Cortes in that game. That was his last game for Rangers there when we were left that match. Hope, anticipation, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We lose Oscar Cortes, we lose Ridvan, we lose this guy, and the whole thing just starts to crumble on down and we lose our balls and ability. And aye, I think it is something to look at, ladies and gentlemen. Our best period, that when everything looked bright, was when the laddie was in the 11. So I agree with bringing him back in. I know some people just don't like him. I've read your comment section when I've talked about it previously. Some people just didn't like him. He's too injury prone, blah, blah, blah. But again, I think that's just our scars, if I'm honest with you. Because we've been battered by so many injury prone players over here. One laddie, for the first time in his career, picks up 1 injury. We're like, bin him! I've seen this story before. Let's give the laddie a chance, and that's clearly what we're doing. Let's see how this goes now for the season-long loan. Let's get him in the building full-time, and let's give Clement and Big Cop the players that they actually want. We've missed out on Cordoba, but now they've got Hefty, the Big Jeff, if you will. They've now got Oscar Cortes, who again they brought in January, not as a transfer deadline day signing. I don't care what anyone says, Rangers. I've no forgot you signed him the day before, but you held off the January transfer window, deadline day, sorry, to make it look like we'd done something on deadline day because we wanted to sign in Shanklin when everybody was begging to actually. I won't forget it, ladies and gentlemen, especially where the season ended up going. But this is who the manager wants. This is who the director of football wants. So we just have to give it a go and get behind it, ladies and gentlemen. If we trust Clement, if we're trusting this new strategy, let's get behind these players. And again, competition for places, let's not even waste our time with it. Ladies and gentlemen, is there much time or much thing we need to discuss? The left-hand side of Rangers is almost as bad as the right. these days in terms of the wing position. The right's always been a joke, but at least we had Kent on the left for a few years. We had some people on the left, but last year was almost embarrassing. It was a constantly rotating door, and then we were overly reliant on the likes of Fabio Silva. Cortes comes in, and I can see this lad being a starter, and hopefully he is a massive success. I like the fact that when he got injured, he stayed at the football club. The most thing is to go back to your parent club, but clearly he wanted to be here. He kept working, and now that the season's done after the cup final, is he away on holiday? Is he away doing that? No, where is he? He's in the lab grinding with Danilo. He's fighting, he's scrapping, he's trying to get fit for pre-season and be ready to go and be at his peak to show what he is capable of doing. That's the mentalities. Actually, like, stop blaming him for getting his first career injury or anything like that and saying he's injury prone. Look what he's doing to be ready for us. That's the mentalities we need in this team. Grafters, and for by all signs of it, that's exactly what we're bringing in to the football club on a permanent basis at the end in next season. But he's here all next year, and then we'll have him full time after that till 2029. And aye, hopefully he's able to do over 60 games what he was able to do over 7. But that's it in terms of the video. I don't think I missed out on anything, or if I have, you can let me know down there in the comment section below. But I'm very excited. I welcome Oscar Cortes to the football club, and it's good to see us actually having a bit of bite and some balls. And you can clearly see the left-hand side has been boosted. You've got Oscar Cortes being kept in now. You've got Big Jeff at left back, and you almost saw Cordoba at left centre back as well. So let's give Clement time to get his players actually in there and see what this team looks like when it's all ready to go once again. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I think I've been talking nonsense for nearly 12 minutes. Do apologise about that, but let me know your thoughts and opinions down there in the old comment section below. And again, apologies about the actual length. If I do lose my 42-week like streak, I will understand it because it is on the phone. But if you could help us out, that'd be greatly appreciated. But until then, I've been CJ92. Thank you so much for watching. All the best, and bye-bye.